What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out. Then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. Test, 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 test. Ooh, let me fix that static. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Okay, that sounds better. When y'all hop in, let me know how it sounds. But I just tested it. But of course, you know, let me know how it sounds on y'all's end when y'all jump in. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? London session just started. We're 5 minutes in. Marking up some charts, looking at the game plan, some possible setups, all that good stuff. It's a decent stop loss. So we're going to be watching gold. I'm going to pull up the indices as well, but I'm liking gold. Was waiting for this setup yesterday. As you can see, it just ranged here all day. News event, it tried to break through, rejected it, went live with the members, and of course, the people in the course channel yesterday during the news event. By the way, members, if you didn't watch that news event, make sure to watch that. What's going on to me? I see you here. You've been the first one in here lately. I've been seeing that. What's going on, J-Rod? All right, I'm going to pull up a couple more charts. Had a good day yesterday. Only took one setup yesterday, but that setup surpassed all TP, so can't complain about that. We're going to break that down a little bit as well. Yeah, it's just rejected this level. Let's see how it reacts right here. So I was looking for a sell setup yesterday, but it didn't play through. Didn't enter. This was a trade I did during the news event, but once it rejected that level, I decided to leave it alone. Because like I told the members, I'm either going to wait for it to break and hold this level, which it looks like it might try to do. If it can hold this level as support, if it can hold that level of support, I'm going to look for a buy setup. But if it continues to reject it, we might see a reversal. But we do see price trying. We just have this level of traffic here. So we can break that. We have a higher likelihood of price breaking this level of traffic and continuing the uptrend. Because again, if we zoom out, if we truly zoom out, we are still bullish overall, especially on the long term. We had that small reversal where the downtrend did begin, but it respected the strong support level. Then shot back up. Tried one more time, made a double bottom, which confirmed that there's still some bullish momentum, which is why I was looking for buy setups here, but price rejected that level. But we're still respecting the support level here, which you can see is a strong support resistance level. And we can also see that by the two rejection wicks. Price shot up, rejected that level, came back down, rejected that support level again. So we're going to see if price can break this level. It can break and hold above this level. I'm going to go for buys again. And then we're going to see if we can break that level of traffic going into today and tomorrow. So that's what we're looking at on the indices. Let's actually pull US30 and see if it looks any better. The US30 is kind of ranging as well on the support level. Yeah, so we're just going to be watching those to see how those turn out. But we're going to pull up some other pairs right now. Didn't take any trades last night. Just held the EA position. And then watched some other pairs. Well, I got to add some levels. I'm going to do that on my other screen. Let me see if I got levels on EN. This was the setup we was looking for during the London session live stream. As you can see here, we was waiting for it to break this level. This was during London session yesterday. Chilled here all during New York. We were thinking about calling the signal on the free channel, but it wasn't really showing. It was trying to push down. So as the price retraced up, I decided to leave it alone. This was around 3 o'clock EST yesterday. So it wasn't until around when market opened back up that price finally eventually did that drop. So missed that setup on there, but we was looking for that on London session live stream. So even if we would have went for it, it wouldn't have even hit SL. It would have just had us in drawdown, then tanked last night during Tokyo session. But it is what it is. We're going to look for some more setups. Me and the members, we took this EA sell. We broke this down to the live stream as well. We actually entered this like a little bit after the live stream, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go into the channel to confirm. When do we take this trade? Yeah, we took this trade literally right after the live stream. This was the setup for the EA play. This was the time we entered 404. So literally right after the end of that live stream, confirmations were played out. It was a nice move right here. All the TPs eventually got hit during New York session towards the middle of it. And then last night just proceeded to tank when the Australian news popped off. Went zone to zone. It was a nice 1-2, almost 1-3-ish reward. Went zone to zone, rejected the support level here. So now we're going to look for possible additional entries right here, especially if it can continue to hold as low as resistance. So I'm going to put another trade idea right here. All right, so gold just broke this level. So we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. If we can hold this level, might jump in on this. Again, the reason why we're looking for sales is because price is showing that's trying to drop to the downside. Let's get rid of all this stuff. This was from the New York Live with the members yesterday. Let's get rid of all this. All right, man. So we're going to go to the naked chart too. All right, so looking at price, we was nice and bullish for a little bit. But then when price hit this resistance level, also, it was about to break the all-time highs. Actually, did it break it? It might have broke it. I think it just barely broke it when it hit that peak. Yeah, it just barely broke the all-time highs. Wait to that, then rejected. We see each time price hit this level, we see a harsh rejection. So it's not too much surprise price did the same thing because we all know price repeats itself. So that's the main reason we went for sales. We caught that downtrend there, and the price reversed, but then we see another downtrend. Then we see price reversing again. So we can break the support level here, which is the one we're currently on that we just broke below. We can continue to drop to the downside. When we look on the shorter term of things, we see it consistently making lows. It's not making higher highs. It's just making lower lows, which is why we're going to continue to look for sells. We see we can take these lows out to the left. Also, because when price did that reversal, once it broke this level, it shot up. We did catch a couple buys, but when it hit this resistance level, which we can clearly see as here as a strong support resistance level, it rejected after trying for 4 days to break it. After that drop, did a retest, made a lower low, and now we're right here. So we're going to see if we can hold this level and continue to drop to the downside. We got a couple minutes to the next 15. Yeah, so we're going to see if we can go for a sell setup here. So we're going to be watching gold. We're going to be watching GJ. We're going to be watching EA. EA looks like it's trying to drop again. We're going to see what the next 15 looks like, though. We do got news going into New York today. 8:15, we got Euro news. 8:30, we got USD news. Got unemployment claims, PPI. And then for 8:15, the Euro news, we got monetary policy statement. And that's pretty much the major news. Well, we got another Euro news at 8:45. So, members, we might go live for each one of these candlesticks. We might still go live a little bit earlier than yesterday. And we might just be live for all three of these candlesticks and just watch how price reacts. And then going into tomorrow, we just got USD news at 8:30. And then at 10 a.m., we got Empire State Manufacturing Index and then prelim UOM. And that's pretty much it for this week. So we're going to wait for the next 15. We're going to be watching GJ. We're going to be watching EA. We're going to be watching gold. I got the indices on my other screen. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out yourself. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. What's going on, Shawn? I see you in here. How you been, man? All right. We're going to see what the other GP pairs will look as well. But I think I'm going to keep these three on the screen for the most part. I might switch to the indices if I see something. Yeah, but price is finally moving. We're finally seeing some lower lows get made. We finally broke out of that range in this. So, yeah, we're going to see if next week's a lot smoother. But, of course, we got to see how today and tomorrow go down. New 15 just started. Yeah, kind of like how EA is looking better. So, we're going to switch this back to EA. All right, so it's doing a retest on that level. GJ still chilling on that level. Gold's still underneath here. So, we might enter a gold setup. GJ, on the other hand, is still broken below this level, but it keeps on rejecting it. It's like struggling to break past this next level right here, which is like around like 183.15. Let me change that color before I throw myself off. And when we go to the smaller time frame, we can clearly see that this is the level I just marked off. You can clearly see how this is a strong support resistance level, because this is when we first went for sales. Me and the members, we first went for sales on Thursday and Friday. With that level, rejected, came back down off the volume candlestick, hit that same level, rejected, treat that level of support, same level being treated as for support, turned to resistance, and you see it being treated as support again. And then when we entered on Monday, it was struggling to break that level. And then on the Tuesday live stream on London session, we saw price tank, and this is coincidentally, not really a coincidence, but you get what I'm saying, the same as that level that after price tanked, it struggled to break and hold underneath. And then when we look closer, we can clearly see price respecting this level as support resistance. And after price failed to hold underneath that, it pushed off, trickled back to the daily level, where we see price continues to try to drop down, but still struggled. Because look right here, you watch that video on how to, not my most recent how to read candlesticks video, but the one I dropped a couple of weeks ago. Let me drop that in the chat. But if y'all watch that video, I went over exactly what we're doing right now, how to like look at the charts and back test and stuff. Now, back test is important, but the point of back testing is so you kind of know and prepare for it in real time, like what future candlesticks and current candlesticks are doing and can potentially do. So let me find that video really quick. Okay, here it is. Let me drop that in the chat. All right, bam. Yeah, so after hit that level, reject it back up. Of course, the same level is a very strong support level, because again, this is the level that up until this week it's been struggling to even break, right? Because we go back into time, the same level was the level price was failing to even break, and it was treated as a strong support. So if price is rejecting this level, of course it's going to come back and treat that support before it can break back below and treat it as resistance. So I am still kind of leaning towards sales, but of course I'm not just going to jump into a sell position if or once price breaks below this level. I'm going to still wait and see if it can hold that level as resistance. And if it decides to continue to treat this level as support, I might change my idea, because again, this is still a strong support level. But based on how price has been moving, I'm leaning towards sales because it's been failing to make, highs. And really, even when it did that push up yesterday, it still hasn't broken this resistance level around 184, like 70. So that's why I've still been confident in looking for sell setups. All right, so gold's still kind of chilling there, but it's still holding the level as resistance. So yeah, I'm gonna write this sell setup and sell idea up. I like how it's looking on the 5 minute so far too. All right, so it's EA's retracing. Let's look at NAS really quick. See if it's rejecting that level still, trying to push up. It's rejecting that level still. All right, cool. We're gonna keep it on gold. I'm gonna write this gold trade setup up. And those that just jumped in or watching a record of this live, this is the video I linked earlier. Make sure to watch that video. Make sure to watch all my videos, but that was the video I was talking about when I was going through the charts. So I'm going to write this trade idea up and a couple other ones. So if I'm quiet, that's what I'm doing. So just bear with me, y'all. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Last week we went 7-2, caught 403 pips. Last month we went 45-7, caught 219,708 pips. We're going to pull it up in a little bit and break it down and go over it. But if you want to go ahead and see for yourselves, hit that first link and check it out. Yeah, so we're watching gold right now. We're watching GJ. We're watching NAS too, but we're also watching EA. I'm going to pull EA back up. Not too surprising, rejected back after that dump. Because again, we had AUD news and we got a Euro news later on today. So it could kind of be choppy and rangy like this until the news event, now that I think about it. So let's see what GA is up to. GA is doing a similar move. All right, so those are retracing back up. We want to see what these other pairs are doing. GN is doing the same thing. And again, these were setups that I was looking for literally like last week. But again, they were struggling to break this level until, you know, Monday. Monday was like the first time it actually closed underneath this level. Friday was the farthest it's gone, but it's still rejected and closed right above this level, just like each and every other day. It wasn't until this week that price finally broke through these levels of traffic, and we actually had some smooth setups we could jump into. So again, this is why we have these levels marked off. You see how this was being treated as resistance, drop down with zone to zone. As soon as it touched this level, look how it rejected. Next candlestick touched it one more time, pushed off of it. Then literally the opening candle of London session hit that level, rejected, it's pushing back up. So what are we going to do? We're going to wait for price to retrace, come back to this liquidity wall of price, and we're going to look for a possible sell setup here. Or if price can break this level, we're going to look for a sell. But I got to add some more levels, so I might do that on my other screen in a second. GJ still chilling, treating this level as support. Gold's retesting this level. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. So while we're doing that, we're going to keep it on gold. But I'm about to update my levels on GN so we can look at that effectively. If y'all want me to look at charts, like always, you can drop some charts in the chat. You got questions, you can drop questions in the chat. Because right now, y'all just behind the scenes. I mean, I'll be doing other stuff while I'll be watching my charts and stuff, but y'all behind the scenes, basically what I'll be looking at, my mindset behind these charts, the setups, trades, all that good stuff. Definitely don't be just watching the charts. I'll be doing other stuff. I watch anime. I might be on the game. I might be editing videos. By the way, new video is dropping today. New video is dropping today. And I said I was going to start doing a poll to have y'all start voting. I forgot to do that. I need to add that to like my weekly to-do list. That way, at least like one of the videos I drop a week, y'all can vote on what y'all want to see. Weekly to-do list. I'm about to add that right now before I forget. All right, but cool. Yeah, so we're still watching. So a good sign, and one thing to know is that it's still trading as low as resistance, which is a good sign. It did just break this level because again, It hasn't been below this level in a little while. I think the last time it was below this level was when the initial downtrend did begin, which we caught most of that. And then again, when price did break this level, had a similar reaction, right? When it hit this level, rejected multiple times. This was also a news event day. I called this sell in the free channel. I remember this one because this was a sell setup that, again, small candlesticks, lack of volume, but again, going with the flow of price, even with those small candlesticks, you can still see price trickling and going in our favor. And then when that news event popped off, that's when price wicked. Again, tapped the zone, rejected back, came back to retest this level, slowly trickled, boom, boom, boom. Didn't do the full move to the next day. But again, that's what we're always talking about. And this is what we talked about in the live stream yesterday for the members. So if you didn't watch yesterday's live stream, make sure to watch that today or this weekend. Yeah, it's just hugging that level right now, though. Got about an hour and a half to the next 4-hour candlestick. GJ looks like it's trying to make a move as well. Yeah, so we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. The game plan hasn't changed yet, so what I'm about to do is add these new levels on GN. So you're about to see a magic trick real quick. So give me 1 second, y'all. First, I gotta see what level I'm gonna mark off. I'll probably just do this one. Give me 1 second, y'all. Because I just cleaned my charts up this week. And I wasn't expecting, to be honest, GN to break that level so soon. So that's why I was like, I'm not even going to mark off this next levels. But sure enough, it sure did break that level. I don't like that right there. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're not missing anything. Right now, we're watching GJ and gold. We're looking for sell setups on both. Just watching this, waiting to see if we can break and hold underneath that level. And we're also waiting for the next 15. So while we're doing that, I'm adding some levels onto some of my charts right now. I'm just going to do this level for now. I'll change it later if I need to. I think that's a decent level. Let me put it up on this screen. Yeah, that's a decent level. All right, cool. So again, the reason why we're looking for sales because we caught this nice buy. First, let's go back into time. So we zoom out. We was nice and bullish. We was catching all these buys for the most part. We was catching these sells when price was wicking. Then once it finally broke out of this level, it started doing a nice little uptrend where we were catching those buys there. Caught the sells in the reverse down. Then caught the buys on the way back up. Left it alone for a little bit because, again, we can see here price was ranging and struggling to break this level. Again, this was stuck in the level of traffic from like June 28th all the way till August. So for like almost 2 months, price was stuck, struggling to break this level. So this one wasn't as bad as this level of traffic here. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 weeks versus 2 months is a huge difference. But once the price finally broke out that level, you know, it made it pretty simple to go for buys. Caught that buy there off that breakout. And then since then, we were catching buys still. Then we had that huge explosion to the upside. Then, of course, again, you watch my video on how to identify trend and trend reversals. If you haven't watched that video, let me drop that in the chat. Make sure to check that out. I'm actually about to drop 2 videos in the chat. All right, so give me 1 second. 1 second. You see, you have a feeling gold it's going to reverse. I mean, let's take a look. I mean, it's not impossible. That's always a possibility. It is a strong support level. And last time price hit this, it rejected, but also it's being treated as resistance. So it's always a possibility. But as of right now, it's not showing that. So the way I look at it, before I enter any trade, I think of, because it's just like chess, you know what I'm saying? Life's like chess. You got to think of this like chess. You got to think of, before you make a move, you got to think of all the possibilities. You got to think a couple steps ahead. So obviously price does one or two things, goes up or down. But when we have this huge level of traffic here, again, that doesn't mean it won't reverse. But the way I look at it, one, if it's meeting my confirmations, if it's following my rules, and if it's like holds a level, I just take the trade, to be honest, especially, you know, if I like what I see. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm not risking like 50% of my account. I'm risking 5% on average of my account per trade. So again, if I lose the trade, it's not going to blow my account, let alone destroy all my profits from the week or the previous month. So that's how I look at it. So if price can continue to hold this level and it shows it's trying to, you know, shoot down, you know, I'm going to go for it. You know what I'm saying? GJ still holding this level of support. So again, I'm not trying to be too biased because it is on a support level. And in the past 2 days, it did reject that level and push back up. But then we also have this resistance level here that price has been rejecting as well. And we can see that on the smaller time frame. Went for the sell here. Price shot up, hit this level, rejected. And again, look right here. Look where this volume candlestick started. It literally started right at this level we just marked off. Shot down, right? Then we went for the sell here. As the price rejected this level, which in the beginning of the live, we went over why price did that. Shot up. Guess what level it hit? The same exact level. Rejected. Try one more time. Again, a volume candlestick to break price down. Boom. We come back up. Same level. It rejected. Push price back down to where it's currently at. So we're just going to be watching these. Again, we do got a bunch of news events going into New York. GN is rejecting that level. Let's go back to EA. All right, EA looks like it's about to try to do something. So I'm going to keep this trio back on the screen. So gold's still underneath that level. Yeah, so we're watching EA. We're watching gold and we're watching GJ. So I want to keep gold. I'm going to put EA on my other screen because both of these are at good entries. So we're about to see if we're going to make a move on them or not. So while we're doing that, while we're watching these charts, we're going to go over how we did yesterday and this week so far. But first, let me catch up to the chat. All right, so those that's watching recorded, these are the two videos I linked. Make sure to check those out. But yeah, Davis, yeah, it can possibly do that. Because also right here, again, price hit this level yesterday, rejected. We're at the same level that price is basically at. We see price hit that level, rejected. We're kind of in this box right here. So yeah, and price, those candlesticks, price is pretty small right now. I wouldn't be too shocked if price just plays around here till the news. But it can also try to make a move before the news event. So we're still going to watch it. We're going to keep, I got EA on my other screen. All right, so if y'all hit that first link in the description. First, let's go back into the free channel. Let me slide this over to the left. But once you hit that first link in the description, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see, of course, the link to the live. Then you're going to see some student results. Then you're going to see how we did yesterday. Yesterday, we went 1-0. Only took one trade with the members. Took an EA buy. All TPs got hit. Caught 50 pips. 1-0 yesterday. 5-1 for the week. I just showed y'all that trade signal, but we can go back in the advanced play signal room and pull that up. So this was a EA trade. Again, nobody take this trade. This is old trade. The setup already went through and played out. This was the EA setup. This was the original entry at 67.50, which was like around right here, 67.50. This was an entry. Price went all the way down to here. Now, we hit a couple TPs before the news event, but then, of course, price reversed back. And then this was the news candlestick. So that thing shot up, almost hit our stop loss. Then right after that, literally immediately tanked. And we saw the same thing kind of happen, not on a news event, but we saw the same thing happen with GA when we took a GA sell on, what's today, Thursday? So I think we took that on Tuesday. We saw a similar thing happen with this GA setup. This was the first entry we hit like TP1. After TP1 got hit, rejected, whipped our stop loss, came back down, and then immediately tanked and proceeded to hit all of our TPs, right? And then look right here. Again, price always repeats itself. At the same level that price wicked, rejected down. Came back up, wicked the same level again, rejected down. And then look right here, came to the support level, rejected. Came to the support level, rejected. You get what I'm saying? But let's put this back to GJ. I'm still watching EA, by the way, but it's still just doing the same thing, just hugging that level ranging. Gold still ranging as well. Super small candlesticks. So we're not jumping the gun on any of these yet. And then we're moving this over. I'm not gonna be too biased on the sell setup because again, if I see confirmations for a buy, we can still catch a nice little setup here. It's going to at least come up to these highs, and then what happens when it comes to these highs, whether it rejects it again or breaks above treats as support, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it can really go either way. Because we really look at it, the distance it went down for a sell and the buy, pretty much the same. So we can kind of go either way right now. Obviously, I'm trying to catch the ultimate move, which is going to be the higher high or lower low. But you know, sometimes you just gotta not be greedy and just take the opportunities in front of you. You get what I'm saying? So we're gonna watch in GJ to see what it's gonna do. But ultimately, of course, I want to try to catch the ultimate move like we usually do. So gold's starting to move now. I do like that. Gold's starting to move now. So we're still watching this because this is a small little range here. So not in too much of a rush of being too picky with that entry. EA is rejecting that level. So anyways, go back to the advanced play signal. This was an entry. We hit the first couple TPs a little bit after we called that signal. Then we went live during the news event yesterday. And then that's when after the news, we started hitting more TPs because again, price retraced all the way back up here. So not only did it retrace all the way back up, but then we had to go past the original 2 TPs, 3 TPs. Then it did a retracement, and then finally went through all the other TPs. And like all the other lives, you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in there. Then I did the New York price watch list, and then shortly after that, that's when we hit all the other TPs. Was looking at SPX and the indices, but we went over that during the live stream. And we also witnessed during the live stream it kind of range and play around on the level. And if we go on the charts, we can see exactly that as well. So we see EA pushing back up. So we're not going to bite the gun or shoot the bullet on that yet. So since it's doing that, we can go to the indices like we were talking about. Indices were a little bit tricky yesterday for anyone that was trying to trade them or did trade them. I did take some trades of my own. Ended up catching a nice little buy setup. I closed it because it reversed. If I would have kept holding it, I probably would have been able to scale in and add an entry. But that's another topic. We'll go over that in a second. But this was the news candlestick. Price tanked. After it tanked, reversed back, shot up, retested, shot up. So after that retest, I actually caught a buy set on SPX. But, well, actually, let's go to SPX because it looks a little bit different from NAS, if I'm not mistaken. No, it looks pretty similar. So this is the setup I took. Let's get rid of that. Shot up after reversed here and retraced again. I ended up closing. And a good thing I did close because it did end up bouncing right back to this entry. But off that retest, look at that. Shot up and now it's right back where I left off. So because it's right back where I left off, I would have kept holding or re-entered. But again, you don't want to, like I said in the last stream, you don't want to keep holding, especially when you're in profit, because just because it did it this time it worked out, it could have easily in one of these scenarios. You get what I'm saying? So you never want to just let your profits disappear off your screen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking hypothetically, saying if I did hold or if I re-entered, but I stopped looking at the charts because I usually don't want to look for setups after like 12 o'clock EST. That's just me personally, though. But now that price is right here, it could potentially continue to hold this level and treat this level from resistance to support. And if it can do so, which it's trying to do, I could have scaled and added some positions. And coincidentally, this level here is one of the levels we got on the NASDAQ. But as of right now, I'm not messing with anything. I'm waiting for him to break the zone above it, which we see here is kind of trying. So if we can break that level, we might look for another buy setup. Because we went for a buy here on Tuesday. It tried for like 30 minutes to hit our level. You see the wick, it really tried, but it failed to break past this level of traffic, which caused it to reject. Then when it hit this level, it tried one more time, rejected, hugged this level until the news event, did a quick fake out, then ran off the other direction. So yeah, the indices was definitely a little tricky for those trying to trade them yesterday. Could have caught some small little moves, but if you're trying to catch a big move, definitely was a little tricky yesterday. All right, so we got a new 5 minute just started. Got 5 minutes to the next 15. Still prices just doing the same thing. Nothing too crazy going on. We're gonna pull back up GM because I got EA on my other screen. That thing's retracing, retesting that level. We're not gonna mess with that right now. Actually, let me pull this up. Yeah, I can't do nothing with that either. Got a big level of traffic to the left, so it kind of makes sense why it's struggling to break and hold underneath that level. We're going to move that over to the left because we're still looking for sells. Not looking for buys anytime soon. Why? Because we're clearly bearish. We've been consistently making lower lows. Now, when we come down to this week and last week, we had this lower low, lower high, lower low, hit this strong support level, which we can clearly see is a strong support resistance level. We also hit this level of traffic, which caused price to react. Because, of course, if it's a support level, it's going to react first as a support, and then determining on the volume, it then can break that level and turn it from support to resistance. But obviously, it didn't do that because, again, we're on a daily time frame. So let's get rid of this really quick. So this is 1 day, 2 days. It failed to break that level. So again, since it failed to break that level, it's got no other choice but to go the opposite direction, which price did the next day. Retest that level. So right now, this is a lower high. And then again, 2 days after that, it tried again. Hit that level, rejected. Broke that level yesterday, rejected, closed back up. And now we're right here today. So we're going to see if it can break that level. If it doesn't break that level, it's either going to chill here again or it's going to come back and reverse back to this level here around 25.25. Now, if it continues to treat that level as resistance, it can try again to try to break this level, or it's going to break above to that support, and then we can possibly see a reversal happen. So that's what we're watching and waiting on right here. And it's kind of the same thing with EU. The levels might just be a little bit different as I try to type in 3 currency pairs instead of 2. So we see EU doing the same thing, right? But it's a little bit ahead of GU. Because remember, like I said, once it rejects that level, it's going to come back to this resistance. EU's already done that. Did the low, lower high, the low, tried 2 days, rejected back, broke above it, but went back into treating this level from support to resistance. You see what I'm saying? So we could actually catch a small sell setup here. We might have just missed the entry on this. Actually, a decent entry still. Catch a decent move right here. Catch a decent move right here. That's the minimum 1 to 2. If it breaks past that level, it can be a nicer setup. 1 to 4, almost 1 to 5. I'm just debating if I want to put the stop loss above that wick or not. Where are we at right now? We're at 738. Oh, I can afford to put it this high. That's not a bad pip stop loss. All right, so that's what we're looking at right there. Okay, so gold's trying to make a move. So we're gonna see what the next 15 looks like. Gold's trying to make a move. Enter shorts right before it dropped. Yeah, I'm looking at sell setup too. Might be joining you soon, David. I'm not gonna lie, on one of my accounts I had a sell stop there from like yesterday or 2 days ago. So it did activate, but as far as me manually entering it, I haven't done that yet. But on one of my accounts, my sell stop did go through. So we're about to see how that plays out. But looking at GJ, it's pushing back above here. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. Like I said, we could really go for buys here, still catch a decent amount of pips from where it's currently at. It's at like 183.80. This would be a decent amount of pips to catch either a buy setup or a sell. But like I said, I'm trying to patiently wait to see what the main move for the day is. Because again, I like to try to catch, if possible, daily candlesticks. But of course, it's not going to happen every day, especially depending on where my levels are and where I enter and stuff like that. But ultimately, I'm trying to catch a higher, lower, low. But when price is ranging like that, sometimes you can just catch, some quick moves here or there. Because as you can see, price has just been ranging, bouncing back, bouncing down, bouncing up, bouncing down, bouncing up, literally doing the same move over and over again. But new 15 did just start. So yeah, we might be entering gold soon. I got EA on my other screen. Let's see what the indices are up to too, actually. So let's pull NAS back up. NAS rejecting that level. Yeah, I like this right here. I like this right here. Yeah, I like this. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, I like this setup right here. NAS still playing around. EU looks like Vibe about to do a similar move. EA retested that level again, which is why we trade off these levels and don't chase trades. Because again, imagine we would have entered here when this is when London session started. We would have been on drawdown and missed the ideal entry, which would have been right at this resistance level. You see how I came right back to resistance, and now we're potentially about to see price try to drop and take these lows out. That's why I always say don't chase trades. Wait for the retracement. If it doesn't retrace, wait for it to break the next key price level. So yeah, we're going to be watching EA still. EA looks like it's about to try to make a move as well. I like these setups right here. I like these setups right here. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, bam. All right, cool. All right, so that's how we did yesterday. So scrolling back up, we're going to okay, that was yesterday. So then looking at Tuesday, I think this was Tuesday. This is how we did Tuesday. Went 3-1, took a GJ sell, TB5 got hit, caught 50 pips. Took a GA sell, TB1 got hit. Then re-entered, all TPs got hit, 70 pips. Then took that NAS buy that we went over earlier. SL got hit, so went 3-1 this day, caught 130 pips. This was the GJ setup. And then as far as last week, just like you see on your screen, was 7-2. giving us a 78% win rate. Monday took 0 trades. Tuesday caught 188 pips. Wednesday caught 144. Thursday was a break-even day, and then Friday caught 61 pips, giving us a total of 403 pips. 200 of those strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. You click right here. It's going to take you to the beginning of the week. Every trade posted as a personal entry, SL, TPs, time the trade was posted, how many people viewed into the trade, reactions, screenshots of positions, all that good stuff. Now, as far as last month, let's see if I can get it right this time. Nope, gotta scroll down. So, when did I post the month? Here it is. This is how we did last month for the month of August. We went 45-7. Only took 7 losses last month, giving us an 87% win rate. Caught a total of 219,708 pips. 211,933. Those pips were strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. You can see this if you go to September 6th. Once you go there, you click right here. It's going to take you to the 1st of August. This was in the middle of the week. So start out the month 2-0, catching this nice play right here. You scroll around and explore. You're going to see student results, trades we took. So we went over this in yesterday's live, but again, those huge higher highs and lower lows, we caught all of those. So those huge pushes on EJ, GJ, GN, GA, the huge pushes down on NAS, gold, we caught all of those that same week. All right, here's some of those screenshots of those positions, all that good stuff. Yeah, but if you want to really explore and look at my receipts and how we really do on a long-term basis, you can click this pinned message. It's going to take you to last year. We're back in 2022. And then you can see how we've just been doing the same thing for over a year now, going on 2 years. So you can go ahead and explore that free signal room, free Telegram. But yeah, we're going to get back on these charts right here. EA still hugging this level. Let me pull up GN. See what GN is up to really quick. But help I put it on the other chart. All right, so it looks like it's about to try to retrace like we anticipated. So we're going to let that do its thing. New 5 minute just started. Got about 9 minutes till the next 15 and next hour starts. Yeah, but we're just chilling right now. Can I look at GBPJPY? I have not traded that in a while, but I got you. I got you. We can pull that up. First, we got to see if I even got any levels. It says gappy as ever. Was this the one I used to trade off of? Let's zoom out. No, it's not. So maybe it's the other source I used to trade on. Yeah, it was this source. Yeah, you can tell I haven't traded this a while. I don't even like these. Well, it's actually at a decent level right now. I don't know if I like these levels, though. Give me 1 second. I'm going to clean this up because I don't like how this looks. We're going to look at GBPJPY, but I'm going to clean it up on my other screen because I don't like how this looks. But just giving it a quick look at it, you know, we're kind of ranging. It just broke out of this ranging level of traffic. Now it's treating that level as resistance. We can clearly see our price, how this was a strong support level, but also a super rangy level of traffic. Price broke below it. It's treating as resistance. Broke below, retested tree as resistance, retested tree as resistance. One more time, broke below, tree as resistance. So at the start of London, it would have been a decent entry point. So it can break that level and break past 15,580. It could potentially go down to like 15,430, 15,420. But I'm still update these levels because I don't like how this looks at all, to be honest. But that's just a quick analysis of it. Now, if I can fix these levels, it's at a decent level right here. But I just want to fix it a little bit. So give me 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, actually, that's a good. Yeah, that actually, those levels are pretty good still. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at right there. Obviously, it looks a little bit different from NAS and US30. But there was a point in time where I used to trade this as well as the trio. I used to trade this in EUSDX as well as US30, SPX, and NAS100 back in the day. Yeah, so they can break 15,520. It could potentially go down to 15,320. But first, it's going to have to break and hold underneath 15,600, 15,680. But as of right now, on smaller time frames, it is a decent level for entry. But like the big time frame, because again, it would help if I'm actually showing. I'm looking on my other screen. My bad. But obviously, you can see here the initial main drop would have been around here, around 15,680. So there is a level you could possibly go for a quick scalp on. But I don't know if you're looking for like long term or just short term plays. So that's why I gave you a few price levels to play around and target. But yeah, as of now, like kind of short term sales, possibly long term, because it did break out that ranginess. And it's going from trade levels from support to resistance. Nice wick on the daily time frame. But also, again, the reason why I said this level here is because, again, you look here, always price repeats itself always. Each time price hit that level, reacted the same exact way. Is that a coincidence? No. All right, but that's just a quick look at your 30. That's just a quick look at your 30. We're going to put up these other charts back up. Whoa, before we switch off, EU looks like it's trying to make a move, so we might enter that as well. I like EA and EU as well. So we're going to take Jared 30 off. And that's 100 on. And we take that back off the screen. I always forgot we having people's comments on the screen. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. We might not enter anything, but it's still a good look at what's going on the charts, how prices reacting to these levels. Like I said, y'all got any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts or pairs, feel free to drop them in the chat. This is still just hugging this level right here. Yeah, I kind of like EA and EU, so we might enter one of those. I'm not going to go too crazy because we do got Euro news and USD news. And that's not really the main reason why, but again, the price is kind of rangy right now, and that's usually how it goes down on news event days. But I do like what I see on these setups right here. We're going to see what this next 15 looks like. If you aren't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You should see it on the bottom of your screen. Instagram is playmaker_way. TikTok is playmaker_way. I post daily on both pages. All right, I just posted some content on there last night, so make sure to check those out. Also, y'all want to contact me directly, you can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Well, actually, scratch that. Give me 1 second. What the heck? Give me 1 second. I might actually have to drop my other TikTok because I think they just got me. Let me try to log back in. If not, I'm just going to make a new one. No big deal. Hold on. Give me 1 second. What? Okay, so they banned my backup account, but the main account that they keep on messing with, they kept up. So I'm going to make a new account. Y'all still follow my TikTok until I make that new account. But the reason I'm making a new TikTok is because they're just simply not pushing my stuff out. And then all my stuff keeps getting reported. So I kind of got a gist of what I can and cannot post. But at the same time, they'll still ban stuff. And then when I appeal it, they'll push it back up. So I made a backup TikTok and they deleted me out of it. They kicked me. They unlogged me out of it yesterday. And then before I started live, I re-logged into it. But they just sent me the notice saying they just permanently banned my backup, which is weird because I didn't even get strikes on my backup. But maybe because I saw that I had 2 accounts, but most people on TikTok have multiple accounts. So, oh well. But I'm gonna make a new one later on today because they are not pushing my stuff out like other pages, and I'm not gonna be shaking my hips on that app to get views. So we'll have to figure something out. But yeah, follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all want to comment to text me directly? You can DM me on Instagram, respond to all messages. I know some of y'all don't got Instagram though, so if you don't got Instagram, hit that first link in the description, join the free singing room, free Telegram. Then you go right here where it says Playbook Free Plays. Click here, it's gonna have my YouTube linked, my Instagram, and then you click right here to be able to message me on Telegram as well. So yeah, we're gonna be watching EA still. I like EA and how EU is looking. So we might enter one of these as well, depending what this next 15 looks like. And then that probably might be it. We're gonna pull up GJ too, see what GJ is looking like before we hop off this thing. So I might take one more setup and then just chill until New York. So GJ is pushing up off that level. So we could possibly see buys up to around 184.20. And depending on if it's going to break that level, it'll either break that level or reject that level. So we can't see short-term buys to that level. But that's pretty much it, y'all. That's pretty much it, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, gold's still kind of just chilling. Yeah, so I like EA here, so I enter EA also. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, y'all. Gonna be live again with the members New York session. Gonna be watching all 3 news events. So we might start it a little bit earlier. So we're gonna watch the 8:15 candle, 8:30, and the 8:45. Gonna go over a few things, answer questions like usual, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of just ranging besides GJ that just rejected that level, is pushing up, and then EA that we might enter. Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. If you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Check out the videos. I got a new video dropping today, but if you haven't checked out my video I dropped earlier this week, make sure to check that one out as well. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow, same time, London session, 3 a.m. EST.